everyone, and welcome to another monthly pickups video. I know it's been quite a while since I've done one of these, and I know I did say I would do more videos in my last pickup video, but it's just been kind of crazy this last month. I've had so much to do, uni and family stuff and everything else, that you're probably not very interested in, but it has meant that I haven't been able to do a lot of the things that I wanted to this past month. Hopefully I will be able to in the coming weeks. Also, this month is quite a small update. I haven't gotten a lot of stuff that I have actually paid for. It just hasn't arrived, but it will be in the next video, obviously. And the stuff I do have is quite high dollar items. In a sense, so hopefully quality over quantity is better in this case. Although saying that, it is quite a small update, so I will be showing some merchandise off that I normally wouldn't, just because I don't know how interested people are in a lot of anime merch, I guess. If it's something you're interested in, I might do it more often, but it's just a few things that I thought will add a little bit more to this video than me showing off 3 or 4 things and be like, okay, see ya, that was it. So yes, apologies in advance for that. So I think I'll just start with that, just because it is, they're small and they're easy to go through, I guess. The first one being a rubber strap from the series Free Eternal Summer. Now, Kyoto Animation has been having a kind of exclusive thing on their store that every month or couple months they have a birthday sort of thing for each character. So the most recent one was Sosuke Yamazaki, who is this character. As you can see, I have the little rubber strap with the card. Here, it's actually stuck on there. It doesn't come like that. I do that myself, but that's how I display them, like that. And on the back, it has a message from the character. These are, like I said, KyoAni store exclusives, so you can only get them from the store. They're about $10, about 1,000 yen each. And he is the third in the series of 8. The first 2 being Haru, or Haruka, the main character, and Nagisa, one of the other main characters, obviously. I mean, I've had those 2 for a couple months now, and the next one should be in November, I believe, which is for Makoto, one of the Iwatobi boys, and then I believe Momotaro, Rei, Nisori or Ai, and then I think the last one is Rin. So we started with Haru, who is the main character, and then Rin, who's like the second mainish rival character. So yeah, that was interesting how they did that. But yeah, I get these from Kyoto Animation or store from Japan, which is the proxy I use. Their fees aren't too bad. And I like just having something small of all the characters, so I don't feel like I have to spend a huge amount of money on something like that, but because I like the show so much, I do want something from it. Anyway, that's what I got from there. And I also got this month a CD compilation kind of thing, which is Tahminae's Fan Best. This is in a box, as you can see, and this is voted by fans the best openings and endings of all the Tahminae shows. Things like Anohana, Shiki, Psychopaths, the first season at least, Guilty Crown, Honey and Clover, I think that's a Tahminae show. Shows that, Occult Academy, shows that normally wouldn't have been released or made. In most recent years, they've kind of gotten a bit more mainstream, but I really do love a lot of the opening and endings of a lot of these shows. I have seen most of them, if not all of them. I think I haven't seen Galileo or whatever it is. I watched the first episode, and that was not anything that interests me. And some other things, but I think they've really picked up in the more recent months or seasons, I guess. So yeah, I'm hoping it'll be kind of a return to form for No Tahminae, the No Tahminae block. Anyway, this has 4 discs and a booklet, as you can see there. The 4 discs are 2 CDs which have full-length versions of all the songs, the top voted songs. 1 CD which has the TV size version, so the 1.5-minute version of all the songs. And then the last disc is a Blu-ray which has all of the openings and ending, the animation thing on there so you can watch them. I'm a big fan of these kind of compilation CDs where they bring all of the openings or endings or best music together. I have ones for both Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I have ones for Soul Eater and Space Brothers and what's the other one? Skit Dance I have one for, and just yeah, a lot of different series. Natsume's Book of Friends is the other main one, but they have them for a lot of long-running shows, especially things like Naruto, Gintama. But I don't really watch those shows, so I don't have those. But I think if you are a fan of a certain show and don't want to spend a huge amount of money on something, the music is generally usually good, so I kind of pick them up. Especially one like this because it is quite limited. I think they're only printing them until December this year. So if you want a copy, kind of get it sooner than later because you won't be able to find it in the future. And yeah, I got that in my last Ami box of last month. So yeah, I think it was actually something from last month, but I didn't show it. So it's something a little different and a little interesting. Next is the only manga I got this month. It's not the only manga I ordered this month, but it's the only manga I received this month, which is the first omnibus edition of the Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service. This is a seinen series, released by Dark Horse, I believe. It's 3 volumes in one. As you can see in the top, it's got the little notes after each volume. I've wanted to read this for a very, very long time. It's got very high regards in the seinen, people who enjoy seinen. It's about 14 volumes long at the moment in English, and I think also Japanese. But it's very, very hard to find the first singles volumes. So they're re-releasing them in omnibus, as you can see, and I'm just really glad because I would never have been able to afford it or pick it up otherwise. And yeah, it's just been, I've read this, it's very good. It is quite, it's not overtly gory, but there is a lot of sexualization, a lot of body kind of, not horror so much, but body like a bit gross because it is dealing with corpses and that sort of thing. And the art style is, for the most part, very realistic. So if you're not a huge fan of mutilation and dead people and decay and that sort of thing, go in, kind of warily. I'm not a huge, I really can't handle gore in most things. I can't watch horror movies or anything. But this I found kind of, because it is, the way it's presented, it's not nearly as horrifying or disgusting as maybe like you might see in film or television, or even like other horror manga. It's just kind of there. But obviously always keep in mind what your own tastes are. But it is a very good series. I do recommend it, especially if you're a fan of the seinen genre and you want something kind of different. Next, I'm going to do anime. 2 of which are imports, or kind of imports, 1 which isn't. I'll do this one first, actually. Now this one, I actually won it off of Yahoo Auctions, Yahoo Japan Auctions, which is kind of like eBay for Japan, through From Japan, their bidding service there. Now, this is getting a release in the USA, but it is going to be infinitely cheaper to buy it direct from Japan, and I got it even cheaper than you can find on Amazon Japan at the moment. And that is Garden of Sinners, the entire Blu-ray box set of the films, front and back there. It's got all 8 films, or 7 films plus the epilogue, with English subtitles. All of the extras have subtitles. It's a fantastic release. This is going to be released in America and other English-speaking territories for, I think, like nearly $400. I know at the moment you can buy it off of Amazon Japan for 30,000 yen, which is closer to like $250 US. Might be like 260 or something like that, which is a very, very, very good deal. For the Australian dollar, it's quite weak at the moment. That's closer to about $350 anyway, the 30,000 yen. I managed to get this off an auction for 16,800 yen, which worked out to be, after shipping, about $200 and something, which is a lot cheaper, like overall, obviously. And I had the DVD set for this quite a while. I sold it a couple months ago. I've seen it all. My sister hasn't, so we're kind of slowly watching through it, just so she can have a chance to kind of experience the series. And yeah, it's been good. The subtitles are all great quality from what I can tell. And yeah, I don't know whether anyone is interested in wanting this. I know the limited edition sold out incredibly quickly, so I'm sure there's a demand for it. I would recommend importing it from Amazon Japan directly, rather than wait for it to go to Right Stuff and Aniplex's online store and that sort of thing. Yes, so I'm very, very happy I managed to snag that deal, because I've been looking for a copy for a long time. And this is used. It's in perfect condition, really, and that is what Japanese used is. It's like perfect condition, except for maybe it's been watched one time. And so yeah, I was just very lucky. The other thing I got, which is not an import, I got from Right Stuff, and that is the 9th, or kind of film of the series, which is Recalled Out Summer. This is the Aniplex release of that, because I do actually have the Japanese release of this, but unlike the Blu-ray box set of the films, it doesn't have any subtitles whatsoever. So this is the only way you can really get this last film with subtitles, which is a pain, but at the same time, I don't really mind. It's more money for me because of, obviously, exchange rates and that sort of thing, but for people in the US and otherwise, it's probably easier to just get from Right Stuff. Well, it's fine to get off Right Stuff because it's the only one has English subtitles. So this comes with the disc. It comes with a book and some postcards and the proof of purchase little card thing that Aniplex always does. Next to each other, they look like this. I don't really mind that the slipcovers and stuff don't match. Usually I would be kind of annoyed about it. But, different companies, different country releases. It's not, too high on my list of oh god, why couldn't have they matched anything like that? So, yeah, I finally finished Garden of Sinners, my physical collection release. I'd seen them all before, but it's nice to actually have it in your hand, so to speak. The last thing, well, almost last thing, is the second import I got from Japan, which isn't really an import, kind of is, and that is Little Witch Academia 2, The Enchanted Parade. This was Kickstarted. I was a Kickstarter backer, and it has the Blu-ray and the soundtrack, just like the first Little Witch Academia. I really like the pink case. I think it matches it really well. I may actually switch out the disc from the first one because it is in an A4 cardboard digipack thing. Just put both discs of the film in here and then put the 2 soundtracks in the first case, so I can have the 2 films together. Full subtitles, obviously, a bunch of different languages of those subtitles as well. And some pretty interesting extras on here. I haven't actually watched this yet. I watched the, obviously the digital, or not digital, yeah, digital, release that if you back at a certain level you get anyway. This one is a little more finalized. That one was rushed out, so it could be premiered at Anime Expo or one of the big conventions in the US. It is a very good film. I think it really plays off of the good stuff from the first film. And Trigger, I mean, they've put a lot of love into it. It's got a lot of beautiful hand done animation. It's very fluid, unlike a lot of their more recent shows, which kind of are just like flash or panning. Even things like Kill la Kill, where it's a lot of in-your-face, vibrant, like just kapow. There's not actually that much animation going on. Little Witch Academia is kind of like completely the opposite of that. Whilst there's a lot of visual flair and a lot of stuff going on, it is very smooth animation-wise. You can really see that they put their budget to good use. And with this, the level that I kind of pledged to on Kickstarter, it came with kind of this book. It has a bunch of keyframes in there, so you get kind of an idea of how certain scenes were put together. It also comes with an art book, which wasn't actually shipped with this, the rest of the stuff, which was kind of mix up. And kind of more exciting is you actually get a keyframe yourself. I got this one, which has Suzy and Akko on it, which is great because I love Suzy and I love Akko. I think it's kind of from one of the later on in the film. And I love the expressions, I love the sense of movement, and it's just really cool to have something like this. I don't know where I'll keep it, but it's just a nice thing to have. That's kind of it. I do have one other thing, which kind of counts as an art book, not really. It was an Ichiban Coogee prize, which is kind of like a lottery thing where you buy a ticket and a certain number you get a prize. I bought this off of Mandarake. It's for the most recent Natsume's Book of Friends Ichiban Coogee. And it was the A prize, so like not quite the highest, but you know, one of the better prizes. And that's Special Booklet Tribute Gallery History. As you can tell, this is a huge thing. It's actually B4, which is a lot bigger than A4. The reason I got this is because it has all of the artwork used from Ichiban Coogee from Natsume in there, all of their events that they've done. If you can see those are the prizes, and then after this they'd have the artwork that is based off of. It's really hard to show you on this camera, but it's just gorgeously printed, absolutely giant colors and vibrant, and a wonderful array of pictures and art and characters. Because we don't have anything like a I actually have this picture as a clear file somewhere. I got it in Japan when I was visiting there at the beginning of the year. It's probably the closest thing we have to a art book for this series, so I wanted to get it whilst I could. It was fairly cheap, about, I don't know, 1,500 yen, something like that. So I was like, oh, better get that. So yeah, it hasn't been a huge month for actual purchases. I mean, price-wise it has, but overall not anything spectacular. I did hope, well, I can't make any promises. Next month should definitely have some figures, because I have figures I'm waiting for that I have paid for this month but are in the mail, and I have no idea when they're actually going to show up. Slow shipping people, that's That's what's gonna get you, slow shipping. I bought some manga recently, just a couple days ago, because one of the local anime licensor, producer people, companies, I guess, has had a sale, so I picked up some of those. And I don't know what else. It should be a bigger pickup video next month. Until then, there will be some manga recommendation videos. I have at least one planned, so hopefully that'll be up soonish. And any other kind of videos, I mean, give me suggestions, guys. I don't really mind. I'm free to try anything, really. But thank you for watching. This has actually gotten longer than I expected because I just babble on a lot. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.